I welcome everybody join the event for Partner Tech and Honeywell together. We are still waiting for more attendants to join. Please wait for 5 minutes. I welcome everybody join the event for Partner Tech and Honeywell together. We are still waiting for more attendants to join. Please wait for 5 minutes.
Oh, there's a delay.
Yeah, the delay is about 25 seconds. So
Yeah.
I welcome everybody join the event for Partner Tech and Honeywell together. We are still waiting.
And then Amy, it seems that echo is coming through your microphone, I think. Not sure. So you
We have Roman with us and Manoj.
Hello, hi, good morning.
Morning.
Terry, you're on mute, just in case.
Yes, we will wait for 3 more minutes to start. Hi, good morning, everyone. Our event will start in 2 minutes. Hi, good morning, everyone. Today, the event is collaborate with the Partner Tech and Honeywell Middle East, and we are going to introduce our company first, and later we will introduce the Honeywell team, and they will introduce later for the very amazing topic today. So Partner Tech, I'm Terry Wu, the General Manager of the Partner Tech Middle East and EPOS. And we are the authorized EPOS Honeywell distribution in the UAE territory. And our company is the Taiwanese company, and our headquarters was based in Taiwan. Here we have 22 staff in charge of in the Middle East. We are based in the Dubai, and we are more than 15 branch around the world. Start from the 1990, our company create and found, and later on we introduce our brand into many countries. And in the 2015, we come to set up the Partner Tech Middle East, and later on we acquired the EPOS. So we also become the distributor of the Honeywell in the Middle East, in the UAE especially. And we also introduce many POS kiosk technology along with the Honeywell solution with the AIDC in the different territory. And Partner Tech also belong to a bigger group called Keystar. Keystar was a $6 billion revenue US dollar around the world, and we are not only in the smart store solution, we are also in the smart hotel, smart office, smart factory, smart campus, and smart hospital. So we also have different vertical market and different solution. So among this territory, we also work with the Honeywell very closely. And this is our introduction from the different point of view. And we also have our manufacturing in Taiwan and China, and we have many different solutions. Our core business still rely on the post solution, especially the hardware and the solution above it. And we also work with many the peripheral company, and we also have many solutions above this. Our territory is mainly in the Middle East and Central Africa, Central Asia, and we have the warehouse in Jebel, and we have a business office in the Adera. And we work closely with the Honeywell and many other famous brands here. And this is how we have a channel contribution to other territory. So we also have our in-house solution like the warehouse management. We right now work closely with the Honeywell solution closely. So this is the today introduction of the company profile, and I will quickly give the speaker to the Honeywell team. Okay.
Thank you very much, Terry. Good morning, everyone. So from Honeywell side, I would say just a couple of words to leave more time for Walter and Peter for the solutions. But first of all, wanted to thank you everyone for attending the event. I see that we have good participation already. So thanks for Partner Tech also for organization. So with Partner Tech, we have a very long history, as Terry mentioned, since Metrologic time and Honeywell time. After that, we working closely, especially on scanners. So Partner Tech is being a POS manufacturer and distributor, also a leading distributor for Honeywell scanners in Middle East region and especially Gulf. And we expanding beyond scanners for quite a few years. So specifically, mobility and printing solutions were launched in recent years, and now Partner Tech became a wide distributor. And this is the one of the main topics for our discussions today. So we'll present whole portfolio, not limiting by auto ID hardware, for which you maybe already know as well, mobility and scanning products, but also some printing innovation, and most of all, a software innovation. For about 3 years, we invested heavily into a software solution that both helps our mobile terminals and auto ID products to effectively work together and integrate into different environments. But recently, last year, we went beyond that and started an introduction of advanced Honeywell software solutions in Middle East region. So happy to say that now Partner Tech have both access and expertise to the whole portfolio, including our software portfolio. of these tools. So this will be one of the new things that we're going to talk today, but I think we'll start with our innovation in hardware. And we have quite a lot of new products in scanning and printing. We actually, I believe, the most dynamic vendor in terms of NPIs in scanning. Basically, in the last 2 years, we refreshed completely our scanning portfolio, and we did the same for the printers, because as you might know, our portfolio consisted of many different brands: Intermed, Datamax, O'Neill, LXC, and so on. But now it's all under Honeywell umbrella with single software, and within this last couple of years, we finally put our portfolio under one roof. So hardware innovation is the most important topic, but what really innovative we introducing is our new software tools that we'll talk today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Roman. And thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. Like Roman said, we are going to be covering our hardware portfolio first, and then after me, Peter Dati will take over and talk about our solutions portfolio. So let me quickly talk about two main differentiators. Before I get into that, you can see the overview here of what we are talking about today: mobile computers, printers, scanners, but then we also have RFID in our portfolio and a number of software solutions that Peter will be covering a little bit later. But there are two differentiators between us and our competition, and I want you to remember that. The first one is called Mobility Edge, and Mobility Edge is an enterprise platform that we developed quite a few years ago. This goes back to about 2017 through a unique partnership between Honeywell, Google, and Qualcomm, where initially we developed what we call a system on module, which is essentially a small mainboard which had all the processors, the memories, all the radios contained on this mainboard. And that mainboard would actually be common amongst all of these products that you can see on the screen now. So whether that be a tablet, vehicle mount computer, or a handheld mobile computer, that chipset would be uniform on a platform throughout the whole family. We also started with Android 7, and we are very proud that we have a very long history in Android, and that we're supporting Android 15, and then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and beyond that is on the roadmap. But the very important thing is the partnership that we have with Qualcomm and that chipset availability. We are focusing on the 4490 and the 6690 Dragonwing chipset family. That also includes a lot of AI features, which I'll also be talking about in the next couple of slides. One of the important differentiators or advantages that we have with Mobility Edge is not only the hardware, but very important is the Android support. If we look at this example here, one of the products that we launched in 2022 on Android 12 has got the 3-year support, and that is the gray area that you see there, the 3-year support from Google. And then we extend that as Honeywell for another 3 years, and this makes us unique against our competition. So effectively, a customer can run Android 12 for 6 years with full support, whereas with competition product, they can't really do that. And then through the life cycle of that product, we go through the different versions of Android 13, 14, 15, up to 18 in this example, which means that the product is fully supported with the latest bug fixes, updates, latest versions of Android for about 12 years, which is also something that is unheard of in our industry. So that is the main advantage with Mobility Edge. Another unique differentiator that we have is the Flex Range Imager. So the Flex Range Imager is a very small, slimline imager that's only about 8 millimeters high. It gives you the ability to scan at close range, let's say within arm's length, to a cart, for instance, on the floor, and then 10 meters away, scanning into a rack, and then also scanning at longer distances there. But the unique profile, or the small profile, slimline profile of this scan engine means that we are able to deploy this in a number of devices, including tablets or ring scanners, which is also quite unique. So if we look at some of the use cases, for instance, we are keeping a forklift driver seated in his seat. He can scan the product as he picks it up, but he can also scan a location as he's dropping it off, let's say at a docking door. In retail, we're preventing employees from bending down to get to the bottom shelf or reaching for the top shelf. And then at the point of sale, they're able to scan bulky items in the cart at a longer distance. I've got a use case example here. We've got a customer here in Turkey that had an A4 size label, and they're scanning the barcode in the top left corner. And recently we've tested the new Flex Range Ultra Long Range. So this is a new upgrade to the Flex Range imager that we are introducing to a number of our units. And I have a small video here that hopefully will run smoothly. But this was the lab testing that we did in our Turkey office. So on the wall there, you can see that they've got this label printed out and stuck on the wall. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to play the video and you'll be able to hear the beep and see the green laser dot aiming at it. And then we're going to zoom out so that you can see from what distance they are scanning. So as you can see, scanning a 1D barcode at a very long distance, this is about 20 meters, very comfortable, very easy for the operator to handle. And this adds a lot of productivity and different use cases for our customers. So let's quickly get into our mobile computers. So we have a complete portfolio, including the full touch devices as well as keypad devices. Then we also have specialty computers for environments that require, for instance, cold storage, or if you're handling explosive materials, dangerous materials. We've got vehicle mounts, rugged tablets that are specifically designed for those use cases. Healthcare computers, wearable computers, and then also RFID accessories. A couple of the models that we want to look at today is, the first one is the CT32. The CT32 is a very comfortable product to use. The users really like it, primarily because of its form factor. It's only 14 millimeters thick. It's got a 6-inch display. We're supporting the latest communication with 5G and Wi-Fi 6. We offer NFC support. We offer the Flex Range imager that I just discussed in this product as well because of that small form factor. This is part of Mobility Edge family, so meaning the Qualcomm chipset. The OS support, Android 14, 16, and 18 is supported. We've got a large battery and it's quite rugged. And the nice thing about the CD32 is you can use it in a number of different use cases: retail, field service, logistics, even inside the warehouse. So like I said, the main feature is the fact that it is extremely small and thin at 13.9 millimeters. We've got a decent ruggedness on it at 1.5 meter without the boot and 1.8 meter with the boot. IP68 rated, but most important is that it's 269 grams only. So it's extremely lightweight. So therefore the users really like using this product. We also offer 2 scan options, either the standard range or the Flex Range imager. The next product is an upgrade to the CT32. It's a CT70. So it is a highly rugged, ultra reliable 5G mobile computer. And one of the main features for the CT70 is the fact that we're supporting the next generation in Dragonwing 6690 chipsets, which is specifically designed to run AI-capable applications on the edge, meaning that you don't need an internet connection. You can actually run the AI agent on the device itself, and it's able to support that intelligence to look through the various databases or repositories on the device, and then through natural language, able to engage with that AI agent. We're supporting Android 15 through 19, and then also supporting 5G and Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 7 with Bluetooth 6. It is also quite a comfortable form factor. It's rugged. It has a 6-inch display. And also one of the nice features that we've added to the CT70 is that we've got integrated RFID now. So you can, no need for an attached accessory to it. You can use the internal RFID module. It's also quite sleek at only 16.7 millimeters. It is very rugged at 2.4 meter drop onto concrete, and also extremely lightweight, only 310 grams. If we look at our keypad devices, so the CK67 has really been a tremendous product for us. It is our best-selling mobile computer globally. It's also part of this Mobility Edge platform, of course. Lots of memory, Android support 14 through 18 plus. We'll probably extend that through to Android 20, depending on the customer's requirements. It's ultra rugged, 3 meter drop spec. We've got a battery that can run for about 24 hours. So you can run 3 full shifts on this with a 7,000 milliamp battery. It is hot swappable if you need to swap the batteries. But we also offer 5 different keypads on this product, depending on the software that you're using. So depending on your warehouse management system, for instance, the keys that you need, we've got you covered in terms of the 5 options that we offer. If you need a slightly lower cost and not so rugged device, then the CK62 is a perfect device to propose to customers that have a need for something that is not as rugged. In some use cases, you don't need to have an ultra rugged device. So it's also part of the Mobility Edge platform, powerful performance. We've got a light and thin. Again, the users like using this device because it is light and thin and easy to carry. And unlike the CK67, we don't have 5 keypad options, but we have 3. We recently introduced the large numeric, the 29 keys. This is proving to be a very popular keypad option, especially for users wearing gloves because of the large keys. Then we also have in our tablet range the EDA 10A, which is the 10-inch rugged tablet. We've got 4 and 8 gigabyte options. It's got 10-inch Gorilla Glass. We're supporting 5G and Wi-Fi 6 and NFC. Also has a large battery at 8,000 milliamp hours. But again, some of the main features why the users like using this product is the fact that it's lightweight, only 674 grams. We offer glove mode, wet hand mode, and oily hand mode. So these are different modes for different use cases. It's rugged. We've got vibration protection so that if you do mount it on a vehicle, then it will withstand the vibrations. And then with the rubber boot, you can take the drop spec up to 2 meters. The rubber boot is a boot that fits quite comfortably onto the device without increasing the form factor drastically. So that is also another reason why the users like it. Then we've got a slimline imager for the standard range imager in the EDA 10A. And if you can see on the picture, we've got 2 front buttons for scanning. So this makes the scanning nice and easy and comfortable for the users to operate. Then at the back, we also have a touch to scan button. So if you can see in the picture there, we've got a user that has the rotating hand strap. And then while holding the tablet, he just lightly touches this sensor at the back. It's not really a button; it is actually a sensor or a touch sensor. You can disable it if you don't want it, but this just gives you the ability to scan the barcodes without having to reach for a button. You can just tap it at the back of the device. So now I want to move to our printing solutions, and we've got a whole family of printers. And the idea behind our printers going forward is that we build it all on the Printer Edge platform, which I will explain in a second. But we have portable printers, 2-inch, 3-inch, and 4-inch printers. Then we've got the desktop label printers. These are the ones you typically would see in places like, for instance, hospital admissions. You'll see it at couriers, those type of use cases. Then we've got the 2-inch label printer that was specifically designed for healthcare. And then we've got a range of industrial printers. So I talked about Printer Edge. So just like on the mobility side, where we have a Mobility Edge platform, we have a Printer Edge platform, which consists of, firstly, a single firmware across the whole family of products. Then we also have various tools, including OpIntel and other remote management tools to help manage those printers well. And then we also have a nice app for the mobile phone called PrintSet Mobile. So you can install it on an iOS phone or an Android phone, where you're able to, via Bluetooth, connect to those printers, and you can maintain those printers from your phone instead of installing any software or having to bother with USB. Then we're also supporting native PDF printing. This is very important for our region, because in our region we've got different characters, for instance, Arabic, the Cyrillic character set, or we've got Turkish characters that need to be supported in our region. So to make sure that your prints are clear and that you don't have any issues with fonts, etc., we recommend most of our customers to use PDF, and a lot of the new applications are moving towards PDF printing. So we support that natively. Then we also offer various free printed and battery replacements on our service contracts for the fixed and for the mobile printers. And then very important, I want to talk about 2 things in Printer Edge: AutoSense and SmartPass. So I think let me move on to the next slide to explain that in a little bit more detail. All right, so for AutoSense, what AutoSense does is it automatically senses on the printer what printer language the user application is sending to that printer. So it doesn't matter what software you run. If you send a print job to the printer and one application sends the commands in direct protocol, another one sends it in ZPL, Another one sends it in EPL, for example. AutoSense will automatically intercept that print stream, determine what the print language is, and then print accordingly. So you can use multiple applications on a single printer and support them at the same time and still get your results. So that is a really great feature that we offer on the Printer Edge platform. Then another great feature that we have is called Smart Pass. And what Smart Pass gives you the ability to do is it gives you the ability to change labels without touching the software. So let me give you an example. So in this case here, we have a user that has a label with a 1D barcode, and for some reason they need to change that to 2D. So they're running SAP or they're running Oracle, for example, and for them to make that change is going to be a very expensive exercise if they have to go and change the templates or go and change the software itself. So what we can do with SmartPass is all you need is a notepad editor, and it would kind of act as a find and replace type of functions, typically the same that we would have in Word or Notepad, where you can find text and you can replace it. So basically what it's looking for is it's looking for specific text, like in this case, the 1D barcode, and then it automatically converts that into a 2D barcode, and your result is migrating from a 1D to a 2D barcode on your label without touching your software. So you still send the same print job from the software to the printer, but we've got the SmartPass agent sitting there and replacing some of the code, the printer language code, from a 1D barcode to a 2D barcode. We were also able to actually address quite a number of very advanced customer requirements using SmartPass, where traditionally we required a firmware fix for it. So we were able to actually address some of their requirements without having to get a special firmware for them. All right, so on the mobile printers, we have a couple of models, the RP2s and the RP4 at the bottom. Those are more rugged. And then we've got the more lightweight MPD31 and LNX3 for more lightweight applications. Then I'd like to focus on the new PC41 and 42ED desktop printers that are now available. And Partner Tech already have quite a few of these printers available for testing and for demos. But you can see we've got two flavors of it, or two colors. We've got the white and the black. It really just depends on the customer. There's no real difference between them apart from the colors. But the PC41ED really is an entry level, and the 42ED is a little bit more advanced. So a lot of the customers are saying to us, we only need USB. We only need low DPI, 200 DPI, for example. We don't want anything advanced. We just want an entry-level printer. So the PC41ED is the perfect printer for those type of applications. If they need something a little bit more advanced, where they need special accessories, like for instance a cutter or a peeler, or if they need to support Ethernet or serial, then the PC42ED is the printer of choice. So I talked about the accessories. You can see in the picture here, we've got the accessories for the 42. There's the cutter, the peeler. We can also have a field installable Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. So if you need to upgrade the printer to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi support, then you can do that with just requiring a screwdriver. Then in terms of our industrial printers, from the PD43 right up to the PX940, this picture should just give you an idea of where they fit in terms of the performance, and then obviously the price as well. But if you're printing 4,000 labels a day, the PD45 printer is more than capable of doing that at 8 inches a second. If you need a little bit more advanced, than the PD45S at about 7,000 labels. And then the PM and the PX are for more advanced and high volume applications. And then the PX940 is if you need really high density printing, like for instance, we can support 900 DPI, so we can print really, really tiny labels for things like electronics and jewelry. But also the PX940 offers an internal verifier. So it would verify that a barcode was printed correctly. And if it didn't print correctly, it would actually retract and void that label and then reprint it to make sure that you've got 100% compliant barcodes on your labels. So in the pharmaceutical industry, for example, this is quite important. Right, getting into the scanning portfolio, we have over 50 years of scanning innovation. So Honeywell is actually quite a number of inventions that we've achieved over the years, including inventing a few of the actual barcode symbologies themselves. And a lot of the scanning technology that we're using in scan engines and in handheld scanners were actually developed by Honeywell, and they're used even by our competition under license through the various patents that we hold. So we're very proud of having those 50 years of scanning innovation. And we've implemented that in a whole wide portfolio, including 1D and 2D handheld scanners, Bluetooth scanners, the hands-free scanners, as well as industrial, wearable, and fixed industrial scanners. There are a couple of models I want to highlight today. So the first one, for an entry-level wired or Bluetooth scanner, we've got the HH490 and 492. Very, very aggressive. If you test these scanners, you will find that you're not going to struggle to scan any of the 1D or 2D barcodes that we typically use today. Very aggressive, high motion tolerance. It's really easy to install and to manage. Has a decent drop at 1.2 meter and 1.5 meter drop, and also has a high image size at 1280 by 800. And then cost-wise, this is what really makes this product attractive, is that the costs are extremely low for it. And then a fantastic product. This is definitely my favorite scanner, and that is the Voyager 1470 and 1472, which is the wireless version. But the great news is that we've recently upgraded it to the XP. And what we've done with that is we've really improved all of the internals. It's a brand new design of this product, apart from the form factor and the housing of the product. So all the internals is brand new. We've upgraded the image size. We've increased the drop spec to 1.8 meter. We've increased the battery for the wireless version. Another nice feature is that we've got 100 meters line of sight with our Bluetooth now. Very aggressive scanning, very motion tolerant, scanning 1D and 2D, scanning reflective surfaces, scanning mobile phone screens, for example. We can read OCR. So, for instance, Emirates IDs, we can easily decode those. And this is a really attractive scanner in terms of price and performance for retailers and for other applications. The great news for our partners is that the SKUs remain exactly the same. So if you have a customer using a specific SKU and they want to order another scanner, when you order this, you will automatically get the XP version or the upgraded version. Then we also have reintroduced the banana-shaped Voyager XP, so the 1400. This has been a really, really successful product for us over the years, particularly in retail. The clothing and apparel in retail industry, for example, the users really love using this scanner because of the shape. Also, pharmacy is another application where it's widely used. The great thing is that it's also part of the same Voyager XP family. So 30% faster, we support the 1D, 2D, OCR, Digimark, all of these advanced. The drop spec has been increased. All the features that I was talking about earlier is included in the 1400 as well. Then the Orbit, the HF680, this is a really attractive scanner for retail. It has a rotatable head. At the bottom, you can see a circular LED indicator that just gives you, feedback for the user in terms of correct or incorrect scan. It's got a loud beeper and also has customer-facing cell phone reading features as well. Then the Genesis 7680 is a really, really well-designed product for retail, which replaces the previous Genesis. It is a simple user design. It has a tricolor LED. So as you can see on the picture, we've got the LED that runs right around the face of the scanner. We've got white to show that it's in standby mode. Then we've got green for a good scan and red for a bad scan. It has got a really nice and aggressive scanning sweet spot. So we made sure that bringing an item into the view, you're able to decode that a lot faster with that improved sweet spot. It's extremely motion tolerant, so you don't need to hold the product still. The moment that barcode becomes in view and it focuses on it, it decodes it instantly. We also have a trigger button at the top. If you do need to manually fire the scanner, then you can do that with the trigger at the top. It's a sleek design. We've got various mounting options, including a magnetic mount. So if you do need to, for instance, remove it to scan a bulky item in a trolley, shopping trolley, for example, you can use that magnetic mount to just pull it off, scan, and then just pop it back into place. The last scanner I want to talk about before I hand over to Peter is the Solaris. This is our retail slot scanner. It is also a modern and compact design. So some of the users that have evaluated this said that it really fits in with the design of their point of sale. It offers 1D and 2D scanning, as well as a large sweet spot, like I said, to speed up the scanning and make sure that we don't hold up people in the queue. It's highly motion tolerant. It is optimized for mobile phone scanning because obviously a lot of the retail loyalty apps these days on the phones require the scanning of the screen. It has warm white illumination as well as an infrared detect. And what that means is that when an object is presented in front of the scanner, only then will it illuminate. So this is a feature that the operators at the point of sale really appreciate. Also, the fact that we've got buttons for them to adjust the volume and to adjust the lighting themselves if they need to, so they don't need to configure it with some advanced barcode scanning. They can simply do it with buttons on the device. We can have multiple scanners connected to it, and we also support the EAS deactivation. So for those security tags used in retail, we can deactivate the EAS on the scanner. So that's it. Thank you very much. That's all from my side. I'm going to hand over to Peter now, who is going to present the solutions for us.
Thank you, Walter. I'll just quickly. My screen. Yep, there we go. I hope it's visible. So again, Walter, thank you very much for the presentation around the hardware side of things. I will go deeper into the software solutions, because basically, how would you look at software in this environment? How would you look at the Honeywell software? There, you are for certainly going to get a certain improvement once you implement the Honeywell solutions in your operations. You are going to get a productivity boost. Giving just a simple example that Walter has mentioned with the flex range scanner, when the operator does not need, let's say, to bend down to scan the item on the lower shelf, right? That means that by the end of the day, he is less tired and he is able to keep up his performance levels consistent through the entire day. So that's a productivity boost. But what if you see that that is not enough, right? This is you want more, you want to get more out of your software, you want to get more out of your hardware. So this is actually when we are coming into play with what we have in terms of the software side of things. Now, first of all, we're going to talk about 4 things today. We're going to talk about Honeywell Operational Intelligence. We are going to talk about Smart Talk, Swift Decoder, and Honeywell Voice. Now, all those solutions that we are looking at, don't think of them as something static that you get once and you're limited to the functionality that you are getting. Now, with Honeywell's approach towards software is those solutions keep evolving. Every month, every quarter, we have several releases with new features, with new functionality. So the software kind of grows together with you. And those updates to the software and solution suite, they are free of charge for the customers. So speaking about OpIntel, it is getting in the next quarter some very interesting AI features that are also going to be brought in the main instance for the existing customers. They've been using it for a couple of years already, and wow, they're getting another exciting update with something new and state of the art. So let's get a little bit deeper into the OpIntel. So first of all, what it is a business analytical tool. A lot of people just think of it as an MDM, but MDM is just a small portion of what you can get. So thanks to OpIntel, we're gathering all the data, all the insights from the device telemetry, from the device usage, from basically everything. A simple example, how many barcodes are scanned during the day, how many of trigger presses are successful, how many are not successful. So we're taking all those insights from the device and we can transform them into real productivity boosts for the customer's operation. First one, and a major one, we're able to locate missing devices inside the warehouse. Even if the battery of the device died completely, they left the device there somewhere on the shelf, we do have in some of our devices a second Bluetooth beacon that keeps sending the Bluetooth low energy signal up to 2 weeks from the moment that the battery was fully discharged. We're taking another device, we're able to locate the first one, we're able to recover it. It does not get lost, it does not get shipped together with the pallet to the other side of the world. We're looking at accountability. Now, what we can do here is we will know, you will know, the customer will know which device has been used by which employee. So when the guys out there in the warehouse know that they are being tracked, their actions are being tracked, they treat the devices more carefully. Output, the device ends less time in service and more time in production. So time is not wasted. We do not need a large device backup spare pool once we have this implemented. We're monitoring batteries. There are tons of parameters that we're looking at, and we know in advance which battery is going to fail in the next 3 to 6 months. And we're able to notify the administrator, we're able to notify the operations that those devices, batteries have been already in use for X amount of time. This is their current health state. You will need to order more batteries or keep charging them as they several times per day. We're able to monitor application network performance. If the application crashes, the IT of the customer is going to know about it. If the devices have poor network connectivity, the IT administrator is going to know about it. We have advanced automation. Simple example, not to go too deep into this right now. We can set a rule when the device starts getting updates only when it is set in the docking station and is on charge. We can set it to start getting updates only when the battery threshold is at 80%. We can set the device so that it does not open the application until it is fully charged, so that the operator does not just grab a random device of the charging station, but gets the one that is fully charged and ready for the full shift. And as I mentioned, just one small part, significant part, the device management. Firmware updates, settings updates, remote support, we do everything, right? Going a little bit deeper into what I just mentioned, and speaking about updates, we're able to do audits on what are the firmware versions that we have. How many devices do we have in our operations environment that are not on the latest version? We can do remote support. So if there is no IT in the customer's warehouse, then the IT administrator from the central office can remotely log into the device, check the complaint from the user, fix it quickly, push a new update, send a new configuration file. Everything is done fully remotely. And this is another one. We can monitor usage and user behavior. We can see this is exactly the business insight part that I was referring to earlier. We see the total number of trigger pulls when they try to scan barcode, and we see how many trigger pulls we got without the actual scan. What does this mean in the real world? The labels in the warehouse might be worn out. We need to reprint the labels. We need to improve the labels again to boost the productivity and not have the operator trying to scan a label on the shelf that is already worn out and is taking him 10 seconds to scan instead of reprinting it and saving those 9 seconds, allowing him only one to scan things, right? Device check-in, check-out. When the user picks up the device in the morning, he can log in with his credentials. He can scan a barcode that has been given to him, print it on his badge, and we know which user was carrying the device. So it will not be a question if the device returns at the end of the shift with a broken screen. We are going to know who has done this. Now, why is this critical? When employees know that their actions on the device and their device abuse is being tracked, they are a lot more careful with the device itself. So here you can see that we have the drops logged. So this device has been dropped 95 times, out of which there was free fall and hard impact. So free fall, it means that the person just dropped the device out of their hand. Hard impact means that he gave some speed to the device before it hit the ground. So basically, he threw the device somewhere into the wall, or was just really neglecting it, dropping it heavily onto the floor. So IT is going to see this. Operations are going to be able to take certain actions, not to have the device damaged, not to have the device sent to service, so that productivity does not stop. And the customer, we're shooting ourselves in the leg here, but the customer does not need to acquire many devices just for a spare pool. Same happens with the unused devices. We are able to see by sight how many devices are in active use, how many hours per day are they being used, and how many devices are just not connected to the network, but we know that they're registered to that warehouse. So let's say if the customer has a warehouse in Jebel Ali, and he has a warehouse in Al Quoz, and he has a warehouse in Deira, then if we know that Al Quoz, all the devices are constantly being used all the time, every time, and we do have some of those sitting in Jebel Ali, we are able to redeploy those devices from one site to another, saving the customer the need to acquire new devices. On the lost devices, I have already touched upon, I spoke about how to find the lost device in the warehouse. Also, another major cost saver and productivity improvement for the customers. Another one, we're tracking how the device software behaves. If we see a lot of reboots on the device, it means disruption. A device reboot is usually from 30 seconds to 1 minute. We need to analyze why did it happen. We can track it down to an application level, which application is giving us this error that triggers the reboot. We will do updates, we'll analyze the application, and we are going to get the device back into the productivity. Another one amazingly interesting feature, again, we are able to track how many devices were connected to each access point for how much time. This dashboard has two uses. First one, we're spotting the access points that have poor signal, the ones that you see right now on the slide in orange. But we're also able to see, let's say, that to a certain access point, we have a very large number of devices connected. What does it mean in real world? That there are a lot of warehouse employees who are spending their shift mostly in one area of the warehouse. In practical terms, a lot of people, a lot of picks from the same or from two near shelves, which means that the employees are bumping into each other. They're not allowing each other to work. So we need to change the layout of the warehouse. We need to change the planogram to make this distribution of employees more even. All right. Automation, already mentioned, just very briefly. We can do a lot of things here. The simple example would be, again, the updates, that they don't start when the device has 5% charge. They don't start during the middle of the day when the devices are being heavily in use, disrupting your operations. They will be done overnight. They will be done at a certain battery charge threshold, 60, 80, 70%, whatever you might want to set in your OpenTel console. So again, just a quick recap. Thanks to OpenTel, we're boosting labor productivity, ensuring that they always have fully charged devices, and we're able to address all kinds of issues before they actually appear. We will know in advance about batteries going bad. We will know in advance, even before the user complains, that there are some issues on the device, like reboots, like bad labels, like scans. We're all on top of those things even before the IT gets a call. We're looking at asset visibility. We see how heavily the device is being used. We're able to find lost units. We're working on resolving poor performance, and we're detecting the abuse of the device. Plus, safety. This is a big thing of OpenTel. We are able to see what is going on in live mode. So let's say we have a lone worker functionality. He's working somewhere alone, let's say some equipment out there somewhere in the middle of the desert. If we detect an impact on the device, we can trigger an alert to supervisor to call the person carrying the device and ask if everything is okay. This is, again, very important to see what is going on. Was just a device drop or something actually happened to the employee out there in the field, right? So we are improving productivity. We're helping achieve our ROI. We are minimizing the spend on hardware by bringing in those kind of software solutions like OpenTel. Okay. Second exciting thing, Smart Talk. This is an application. Let's make it a little bit easier. Think of it as a corporate WhatsApp, right? That is run on the company infrastructure. All the communications are managed by the company. Nothing goes outside of the network, and it all stays consistent within the secure environment. So why did we build it? Again, fragmented communication. So if you have a delivery driver coming to you, he will carry his personal smartphone. He will send messages to your WhatsApp. He will take pictures, send them to supervisor on the app. He does a delivery. He takes a picture near your door. That's impossible to manage. Security concerns with consumer messaging apps. Yes, you don't want your data leaking outside and the guy leaves the company and the data is going with them. We're compliant with all the local regulations and we do integrate with enterprise systems. So we're getting all those communication tools into one single interface. We support push to talk to groups or to individuals. We do voice and video calls over Wi-Fi and cellular networks in that enclosed environment, in that enclosed network. We support secure messaging, text messaging with full end-to-end TLS encryption. And critical communication, you will see the demo right now with the person talking. That was a call that was made. Now there's a conference push to talk to a group. And right now he's going to go into the files and he is going to share a file to the entire team, a PDF document. So it supports all the functionality that various teams are used to. The interface is consistent across all platforms. And the best of all, it supports an admin console. It has an admin console from which the IT admin of the organization can provision the application. So the moment you have somebody coming into work, he does not need to type into his personal phone the numbers for all the stores that DSD van is going to go during the day. He does not need to type the phone number for his shift manager. He does not need to type in the phone number for the truck mechanic that he might need to contact. Everything is already going to be there. It's going to be highly secured, and it is going to be consistent no matter which device he picked during the beginning of his shift. Okay. One more thing, basically what we've done here with Swift Decoder, we took the Honeywell decoding algorithms from the scanner and we turned them into an SDK, which can be used on any device that is equipped with the camera. I'm not talking only about Android right now. iOS and Windows also are fully supported by Swift Decoder. So what can we do with this interesting setup and this interesting application? Now, first of all, it is used in light scanning modes because when you need high volumes of scanning, nothing beats the imager. But here, just a couple of interesting use cases. You will see that right now, you read it from the screen, you read the barcode. This is an inventory app that helps you check the stock. Simple and easy, just by pointing the camera. Second one is locationing. So you're able to drop in on the second screen what you're looking for, what box are you looking for, and if you look really closely, there's a green checkbox on one of those red boxes. You are able to locate the barcode or the item that you're interested in a split second. You don't need to scan all of them. Another interesting use case, it's not on the slide, I will share it with you. Let's say it's a store that sells mobile phones. And they take an iPhone box and it has, I think, 4 or 5 different barcodes on it. It has barcodes for 2 IMEIs. It has the barcodes for the serial number. It has the barcode for the part number. It has a lot of information there. With the help of Swift Decoder, you're able to point your camera at that box, capture all 5 barcodes at the same exact time, and in your software, you will be able to populate all the fields that you're interested in. The serial number will go into the right field. Both IMEIs are going to be registered in the same field. So amazing use case. It also reads Emirates ID. It reads OCR, and it's a very, very powerful decoding engine. Now, you can try it. It's available. The demo application is available on Play Store. It's available on App Store of the iOS. Look for Honeywell Swift Decoder. You're able to install it. You're able to play with it. It has all the different modes inside of it. And if you see an interesting use case or you're in doubts whether Swift Decoder is something that might resolve the customer problem, reach out to Partner Tech, reach out to Honeywell. We are going to assist you with your use case and with the implementation. Now, last but not least, probably one of the first actual software solutions that Honeywell was offering and was bringing into the equation. You might have heard about it already. This is Honeywell Voice. So what we are doing here is we are taking the traditional methods of working in the warehouse, take a device, scan a barcode, enter something into the application, put the device down, pick the box, put it on the pallet. We have taken all this communication and we have made it vocalized. So you see this gentleman right here, he is using the Honeywell headset. He has a bit of an older version and a Honeywell mobile device. Now, everything the system is giving him tasks through the headset. Go to aisle 3. He goes to aisle 3, he responds to the system, ready. The system tells him shelf 5, pick 4. He says picked 4, and the system recognizes it and records it into the WMS system. This is not Siri. This is not related to Alexa. This is our own decoding engine. It works fine with all types of accents. It works fine with all types of, speakers, languages. You just need to train it a little bit, and it will recognize the pattern of your voice. It will recognize how the specific person speaks, his specific accent, his pattern of speech, and it will recognize. So nothing to worry about in this region. If we have made it work in Scotland, it is going to work anywhere. Now, I will show you the video on Honeywell Voice for Warehouse. I'll just quickly unshare and share this again to include the sound. Probably easier. It's really easier to understand once you see what is going on the screen instead of me just explaining it. It will be very self-explanatory. So this is the 10-pick challenge that
Honeywell Voice Solutions allows your workers to simply interact with our technology, hands-free, eyes-free, eliminating the need to stop and interact with paper, screens, and keyboards. Let's take a look at 10 picks with and without the Honeywell Voice Solution.
141 Bravo.
481.
So on the left side you have Honeywell Voice, on the right you have screen and keyboard. And everything you hear, this is the system talking to the employee and the employee responding back to the system.
970.
And you can see the difference in speed, how quickly you voice is assisting the picking.
514.
The guy's hands are free. He does not need to take the device down, put it back. He is able to work. And this is, despite productivity improvement, again, this is a very strong use case if the warehouse handles delicate items.
175.
Pick 1.
1.
218 Alpha.
519.
Pick 1.
1.
238 Alpha.
509.
Pick 1.
1.
241 Alpha.
369.
Pick 1.
1.
So you can see that it's already doubled the productivity.
985.
Thanks to the technology, Honeywell Voice.
2.
248 Bravo.
408.
Pick 1.
1.
261 Alpha.
378.
Pick 1.
1.
Deliver to shipping dock.
So on the left, 10 SKUs picked in 1 minute 25 seconds. Now to reach the same amount of SKUs, luckily the video speeds up here, we don't need to watch it in full, but we are going to get somewhere around 3 minutes. So double the productivity. Now, as a quick closing remark here, I would like to mention that all the software pilots from Honeywell are free of charge. It's very easy to initiate a pilot. If it's a simple software solution, we can just do it by giving the customer some login credentials. If it is something more complicated, we are happy, together with Partner Tech, to visit the customer's warehouse, to visit the customer's operation, observe what are they doing, how are things organized, and we will be able to advise, we will be able to guide, and we will help implement and bring this forward to the customer to understand and to see a clear ROI of the implementation. We are not going to position, we're not going to sell any of our software solutions when there is no ROI for the customer. So on this, thank you very much, and I will forward to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry, for the intelligent technology manufactured by Partner Tech, and to Walter, Roman, and Peter for the quality information provided that will improve productivity and operations in many environments and industries. Let's start the quiz. So how the quiz will work is we will share the QR code. And here you can start to scan using your mobile. We have 7 questions for you guys to answer. And once everyone has joined, we will start to enter the poll, and the winners will be winning 3 enterprise mobility phones and computing that are provided by Honeywell. So let's start for everyone to join. We will give everyone some time to join. So use your mobile phone to scan the QR code and then just enter your name. We have 20 people so far and 41 people live, so we'll give you guys some more time to join. We'll give you 1 more minute to join. There's 30 people who have joined so far. Honeywell have provided some great enterprise mobility products for prizes. So we'll be awarding the winners some great prizes. So jump in the last few seconds to jump into the quiz. For each question, everyone will be given 35 seconds to answer. So please, fastest fingers first, and then the leaderboard will show through each question who the top winners are. There are 7 questions, so remember, don't give up after the first question, keep going on. There are 7 questions in total, 35 seconds to answer each question. Okay, are there any more last joiners? We have 34 people who have joined so far. Please jump in. We'll give you just a few more seconds to join in. Okay, first question. Which Honeywell mobile computer supports integrated RFID? CT70, CK62, CK67, or RF70? Answer as quickly as you can. "12 seconds left. 11, 10, 9, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time for the first question is up. So it looks like majority people think the CT70 or the RF70. Let's see what the right answer is. We have the CT70 as the winner. Leaderboard so far. There is our leaderboard. Have a quick look to see where you're standing. And then we will jump to the next question. Get your fingers ready for the next question. Which scanner gives you both 1D and 2D scanning capabilities? The HH490, the 1470 XP, the 7990, or all of the above? "16 seconds to answer. Be as quick as you can. "5 seconds left. Time. So a lot of people say all of the above. Let's have a check. That is the correct answer. There is our leaderboard standing so far. That's our second out of 7 questions. Let's jump to the next question. Which tools are available free of charge on Honeywell printers? Smart Pass, Smart Talk, AutoSense, PrintSet, A, C, and D, or all of the above? "17 seconds left. "5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Let's have a look. So a lot of people say A, C, and D, and also all of the above. Let's see which is the correct answer. A, C, and D. There's our leaderboard so far. The third question is completed. 4 more questions left. Let's see what we have. What is the primary value of Honeywell Operation Intelligence for customers? It replaces all device management systems. It provides real-time visibility, analytics, and remote support to improve device uptime and workforce productivity. It increases barcode scanning speed through AI algorithms. It is used only for firmware and setting updates on Honeywell devices. Four seconds left. 2, 1. Let's have a look. So a lot of people say it provides real-time visibility. Let's see what the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Let's see our leaderboard. Very, very tight. Let's keep going. We've gone 4 out of 7. Let's see the 5th one. What is the key advantage of Honeywell Swift Decoder compared to traditional scanning solutions? It requires dedicated Honeywell hardware scanners to function. It enables enterprise-grade barcode scanning using camera-enabled hardware through software. It only supports 1D barcode formats and OCR. It eliminates the need for any camera hardware. Five seconds almost left. 4, 3, 2, 1. So majority is saying it enables enterprise-grade barcode scanning. That is the correct answer. Leaderboard is still tight. A lot of quick fingers here. Let's go to the next question. How should Smart Talk be positioned to enterprise customers? As a free consumer messaging app alternative, as a hardware add-on for voice calling only, as a secure enterprise-grade communication platform integrating voice, messaging, and workforce workflows, as a replacement for Wi-Fi infrastructure. Five seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Majority is saying as a secure enterprise-grade communication platform. Correct. Leaderboard is still very, very tight. Last question. Let's see who can take the winning place. What is the main benefit of voice solutions in distribution centers? Reducing the need for warehouse management systems, enabling hands-free, eyes-free workflows to improve accuracy and productivity, replacing barcode scanning entirely, eliminating the need for worker training. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So a lot of people are saying enabling hands-free, eyes-free workflows to improve accuracy and productivity. That is correct. Let's see our final leaderboard. So congratulations to RR. So the top 3 names will win one of 3 enterprise mobility sponsored by Honeywell. Thank you very much to the Honeywell and Partner Tech team. And we look forward to seeing you guys again at our next event. Thank you for joining us. And congratulations to the winners and to the top 5 in total. I will now hand over to Terry to just say a closing note.
Hi, thank you everybody to spend almost 1 hour today to join the Honeywell event with the Partner Tech. Right now we know the situation is still challenge, but we are welcome to everybody to work with us closely. Our warehouse, our operation, everything stays safe, and I hope everybody can stay safe and have a. We also will go through this challenging time. Thank you for everybody to join the event today, and we will keep our post update for daily and welcome. Thank you.
And thank you to all our presenters for the wonderful knowledge that they shared. And we look forward to seeing you guys in our live events or online again shortly.
Yep.
Have
Thank
a
you very
wonderful
much.
day.
Thank you very much, Partner Tech team, for organizing this this great event and this webinar. We're looking forward to many more, and there's a lot of content that we can share, that we can bring to the table. A lot of exciting hardware, a lot of exciting software. It's just impossible to cover everything in those quick sessions, but there's a lot more. If you are as a partner or as a customer interested in any of the Honeywell solutions or anything that Partner Tech can contribute to implementing those solutions, feel free to reach out to any one of us. We are going to help and we're going to assist in the discovery. We're going to assist in the pilot. We're going to assist in the implementation. So we're very, very open to collaboration, again, together with Partner Tech to fulfill anything that your customers might need and might require. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.